Time for a video all about heartache and trauma. But this time it has nothing to do with Sony, believe it or not. Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. Today, we're gonna feel bitter, extremely bitter, at the fact that none of these games came over to the West, which is what this video is all about. Not that we're mad or anything. Yes, the following games that I'm about to show you never sadly got a Western release. And we're all shaking our fist at the fact that this never happened. Quick, shake with me, friends. Are you guys shaking with me? I guess considering the format of this video, you probably can't tell if I'm shaking either. Now, before I begin, I do have a few ground rules, a few quick provisos that I need to state real quick. Rule number one, I'm omitting Asian English releases, because while the game technically didn't come out in the West, it still is available in English, thus really there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. You still have an option to import. Rule number two, I'm going to be including games that do in fact have English fan translations from the hacking community, because all of this stuff is unofficial. And rule number three, I can't remember. Okay, and be sure to tell me down in the comment section below which game you wish would have gotten a Western version for us over here in the West. And hey, if you're from Japan, tell me which games you think we should have gotten too. And simultaneously making me jealous. It's a smorgasbord of fun. Okay, first game, Super Heroine Chronicles. Love Disgaea and wish you had another game to scratch that itch? Well boy, are you ever in luck. Super Heroine Chronicles is a mega crossover simulation RPG akin to games like Super Robot Wars series or the recent Project X Zone, which I believe was a 3DS game. Not that we ever talk about that system on here. It's forbidden. Oh, and it plays like Disgaea, darn it. I don't care what the description says. In this instance, heroines from various anime gather together from popular anime franchises like Twin Angel, Super Sonico, Dream Hunter Ren, Aria the Scarlet Ammo, and well, so on. As well as there are 3 original characters making the total a roster of 26 playable peoples. Expect turn-based strategy with gorgeous anime insets. I don't know what that is, but it sounds dirty. Within battles, all depicting the special qualities of each heroine and completely crazy looking special attacks. Out of all the turn-based RPGs, this is the one I wish would have come over to our territory the most, but I know what many of you out there are probably gonna say. And you are definitely right, it would have been a licensing issue nightmare for any publishers that would even have dared tackle a situation like this. And sadly, because of that, this game will forever be stuck in Japan. Cue in World's Smallest Violin. Game number 2 on our USO is Kamen Rider Batrid War Genesis. And this game goes out to all my peeps out there who love superhero content, but only with more of a Japanese flair, and maybe a little Power Rangers too to go with it. The newest edition of the Kamen Rider series of video games is about to launch with a frenzy. New features have been made to the action brawler, extremely explosive, especially with solid nod to all of the loyal fans of the Kamen Rider series, new and old, who have followed the heroic exploits of Japan's dramatically posing, transforming superheroes. And I have to read this description with gusto because, well, you know, it's superhero. It's gotta be epic. Not to mention all of the characters on here do fantastic poses, so I gotta give them their dues. Kamen Rider Batrid War Genesis is an action beat-em-up with RPG elements, and being the first title of this series to include some of the Showa riders as playable characters, fitting in as it is indeed with the 45th anniversary of the famed franchise. Well, it was 45 years back then. So what you're seeing from the gameplay here, it sorta kinda plays like Dynasty Warriors, but not as quite as many characters or enemies on screen. So I would probably say it's somewhere in between that and a beat 'em up.
Isn't that what the description already said?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Game number 3 on our Wii is the When They Cry series on the PS Vita, also called Higurashi no Nakukoro Noisu. It just rolls off the tongue, basically. Unfortunately, out of all the games I'm showcasing today, this was the title I had the most trouble finding any kind of info regarding its story and plot. I mean, when I played the game, it's all in Japanese, so what do I know? But here's what I was able to find. Higurashi no Nakukoro Nisu is a game that was released on March 12th, 2000. 2015 for the PS Vita. It incorporates all of the arcs previously released on the Matsuri and Kizuna games, 2 arcs from the Rei Sound novel, plus the arc of Higurashi for a total of 20 arcs. All arcs are now fully voiced, and the Matsuri sprites were replaced by the Kizuna ones. I'm assuming that means they're better? The arcs are divided into 4 groups, with each group being unlocked once all of the arcs in the previous group have been finished. Higurashi Hen is unlocked when all of the other arcs have been finished. And since I'm not going to try and do your ears any justice here by trying to pronounce any of these games further, here's a list of all of the groups it was pertaining to. Yeah, you can thank me later. So for any fans of the When They Cry series, there is a PS Vita game out there, and hey, it's an anime title all about horror. Come to think of it, I probably should have included it in my Halloween episode. Next year. When They Cry, huh? The only thing I'm crying about is the fact that this game never left Japan. Continuing our bitter streak here, this next game is one that is probably the most well known at the fact that it never left Japan. What game am I talking about, you may ask? It is Uppers. That's all it's called, just Uppers. Is it trying to insult me now that I think about it? Up yours? I see what you're trying to tell me, game. Uppers is an over-the-top brawler that puts you in control of numerous fighters, including bonus characters from the Senran Kagura series, since the guy that actually worked on Senran Kagura also made this game. Boy, that's not gonna sell a couple million copies after me saying that right there. Follow their journey through 7 varied acts, across multiple difficulty levels and a multitude of locations. Uppers tells the story of 2 men and their journey to the top, using 12 variety of fighters and 8 support characters. Discover their drive, their heartbreaking backgrounds, and fight to be crowned the strongest in the last resort island. With strength, motivation, and fire in their eyes, these young men, Ramana and Michiru, arrive at Last Resort Island to begin their quest. Their sights aim for the top, but they aren't the only ones on Last Resort Island with lofty ambitions. The title, if you... This game, as if you couldn't tell already, plays a lot like Double Dragon. In fact, it basically is Double Dragon just in 3D. It also has a lot of ecchi moments too with some of the female support characters, if you know where I'm going with this. Boy, that's not gonna sell a couple million copies after me saying that right there. An M-rated title to the fullest, but an awesome one at that too. And those are all of the games I have for ye 2D regarding games that we sadly never got an English official translation Western release on. Boy, try saying that 5 times fast. And I know there's a ton more games out there that never got such a release, but hey, can't cover them all in one video. I will be featuring them in future iterations of this, I guess you can call it a series. And that's your cue, guys. What games do you wish would have gotten a Western release? Tell me down in the comment section below, and we can all shake our fist in the air at the fact that it never happened. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Zikrido, Astcorp, Milk-sama, Niorashi, Makis Blob, B Mystery, Matt Fox, Reiko Star, David Ray, Wendy K, Hemdall Imbert, Gutter Drums, Hero Acer, Adam Sondi, PS Vita S, Richard Cruz, Laurie Sweeney, Jelle, Mario Cruz, Larry Anderson, Scotia Tugel TCG, Adam Thury, Pierce Sterner, E-Rock, JR, Kyle Brooks, Saul Ramirez, Phantom XRS, BMF, Clayton Merlarkey, Joshua Williams, Jared Haddo, Kevin Enright, Heston Joseph, Aaron Swanson, Rodrigo Vera, Matt Hargett, Jesus Hernandez, Ronan Alganto, Silica, Burzin Mystery, Tasha Monty, Eric DeWitt, Juan M. Hermosillo, Cabal Trapa, Jackie, and Azumara. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have various ways for you to do this down there. Can't support the channel in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much at getting my content out there to a wider range of people. And hopefully not making me lose my voice in the process. Darn winter. That's still my favorite season though.